Okay, Talking Gimmicks, all new number 11. Joey here with Ryan. Ryan, how's it going?
Pretty good, Joey. How's it going?
Not bad, man. A lot of snow up here. Typical winter day up in Rochester.
A lot of work for you.
Yeah, lots of snow plowing. So, there's only two of us today once again.
Indeed. Indeed.
Julio is I'm not really sure where he is. I think he had some kind of shoot life stuff happen this past weekend. His
Just
excuse.
went renegade.
Yeah, and I know he's going to be going to Wrestle Kingdom in Japan, maybe a month or two from now, possibly next
Yeah.
month. So he's going to be missing
Yeah.
even more time. So shit.
I do have some kind of a development, which is that it's like I don't know how long he'll be gone, but I'm looking at maybe an opportunity to like move down to Houston for a little bit and do some work down there for a friend of mine. So I may be able
Wow.
to hunt him down personally
Okay.
some of these days and just pin him down while we record.
Kind of like Condor and throw him in the van like they did
Yeah.
back in Chikara.
Yep.
Cool.
Exactly like that. Cool.
So he'll be back. He'll be back one of these days. If you listen just for Julio, sorry guys. Sorry guys and girls. Well, you're stuck with us again 3 weeks in a row. So,
That's right.
all right. On this episode, we usually what we do is we watch a retro wrestling every week. We talk about it here, and we watch the Chikara Pro Wrestling episode, and we talk about it here also. So this past week, you chose these, I believe, right?
Correct.
All right. So what'd you choose for retro wrestling?
It's the USWA Challenge from September 10th of 1990, coming to you from Dallas, Texas. So kind of went back to this isn't under the name of the promotion that they normally use that I was familiar with, which was the WCCWs. But it's another promotion, it's being run by the Von Erichs out of the Sportatorium. Characters is there, minus like the Freebirds aren't around at this time, or we're in the episode certainly.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I mean, we're taking it back to 1990, so we're gonna be talking about that later.
Yeah,
And for
stunning Steve
Chikara,
Austin.
yeah, stunning, really young, stunning Steve Austin, which is kind of funny to see. And for Chikara, you chose Chikara Anniversario Epsilon, kind of the follow up to the one we watched a few weeks back. This is from season 5, so the one I kind of said I wanted to see with Yago and Miyawaki getting the title shot at the Kings of
Right, which
Wrestling.
was awesome
Yeah, it
because
really was.
I guess I didn't remember or didn't pick up on at the time that the belts had never been defended before.
I think they were new. It seemed like at the time, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like when I watched this episode, I realized that. But when we were talking about watching this, I didn't realize that was like the stakes for this match. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I guess I knew it was a title match, but I like you're saying, I didn't know that. It seems
it's the
like
first
Kings of
defense of the
Wrestling,
titles.
yeah, they freshly won it at the Tag World Grand Prix. It seems like not long before then. That it sounds like Yago and Miyawaki might even have been involved in. Um, so, so that's interesting. Anything in the world of wrestling you want to talk about other than that?
Not really, man. It was a struggle for me to even watch all this content as short as it was for this week. I think I tried to catch up on, like Survivor Series and stuff over the weekend, but it's like since I'm not engaged with it on the regular, it's just a lot of that content just doesn't hold my attention. I got to kind of go in looking for my matches that are going to be worth it to make it through like a 3-hour WWE card these days.
Yeah, yeah. Tonight we got Raw, so maybe you can catch that. We could talk about that next week, possibly.
Yeah, man. I quit my job last week, and a lot of my like obligations are lifted, so I might jump back in on getting some Raw and SmackDown time because I got television too. So
Cool. Yeah, they're actually coming. WWE's coming to town Friday night for live event because up here we don't. we don't get pay-per-views or we don't get SmackDown or Raw because we're kind of a small market, you know. So.
Oh, so it's like a what cast? Do you know? Like
I think it's
what
Raw.
section of the roster?
Raw, I'm pretty sure.
Interesting.
So it's usually pretty cool when they come for the live events because, like, kind of
Sure.
they
You'll
they
get to
let
see
loose.
Jericho with the list and Kevin Owens. I mean, the idea
Yeah,
that you'll maybe get to see that matchup go down, I mean, that'll be really
sure.
cool.
Yeah, it's not far from where I live, and me and my buddy are gonna go down there. And there's this place, Dinosaur Barbecue, which is kind of like a famous barbecue joint up here, that they all go to after the show, which is like right near the venue. So usually we go there and try to catch them there. So it's always a fun time.
What kind of barbecue is it? I gotta ask. Like what style?
I mean,
Like how's the sauce?
dude, I guess I really am not sure from being up here. I'm not sure.
You know,
It's just Dinosaur Barbecue. I don't really know.
it's like sweet. It's like all sweet.
I mean, they
stuff,
have
or
mad
what?
different kinds of sauces.
Is it vinegar? Oh, okay.
No, like
All right.
you can get it whatever. Then they give you like all sorts of different sauces. You can do whatever you want with it. So, yeah, not a sponsor of the show.
I kind of like going to a place where they just hand you the food the way that they want you to eat it, and like you eat it like that. It's like if I ever open a restaurant, it'll be like that.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that. Like, you can get it whatever sauce like that they kill, you know. But you could also say like maybe
like there's one sauce
with a side of whatever, you know. I don't know. But they're not a sponsor of the program by any means. A-Treat still. I reached out to them a while back, tried to get a sponsorship, and I haven't heard from them. So I'm not sure what's going on there. They might not have it.
I wonder why.
They might not have a computer, you know, such a small company, I'm thinking.
Just not familiar with our massively popular podcasting empire.
Yeah.
One of these days.
All they wanted was a couple sodas. So, all right. So let's see here. That's enough of all the small talk. So we'll get right into retro wrestling. We'll start with that. Get that right out of the way. So it's kind of a shorter show. This was USWA Challenge, September 10th, 1990. So we're taking it back 25 plus years.
Indeed.
All right, so the show starts out Craig Johnson, and they actually announced the flamboyant Percy Pringle. So real cool to see him.
Yeah, totally.
His character, you know.
I've never seen him get so much, like mic and screen time on an episode as this character. So I loved it.
Yeah, it was really good, man. He was really selling his gimmick real hard on that one.
Yeah.
So it starts out, I think it was kind of an interview, right?
Yeah, it's like you got Bill Dundee coming in to talk about the tag wrestling, and I guess he's got a mystery partner, or he's changing partners, or doesn't have a partner. Yeah, he's set up for this tag match later on, and he tells the interview guy, he's like, "I'll let you be my tag team partner. You know, like just come on," because I think he's just at this time he's like an Australian Hulk almost. Like he was super over, man. Bill Dundee, like just having him on the mic up front was pretty big. Trying to generate, interest about what's going on, and I don't remember who his tag team partner ended up being, but Stephen Dane. Yeah, see, it's like I had no idea who he was. You get to the match and that guy like barely spends any time in the ring. It's like it's just like might have just well been a handicap match,
Yeah, absolutely. So the show starts out with Billy Joe Travis versus the Angel of Death. They're supposed to be the Angel of Death anyway.
Yeah.
A double pole match, which is kind of interesting. I can't say I've really seen one of these before to the extent of this. There was a trumpet hanging on one pole, a guitar on the other pole.
Yeah.
So at first I thought the Angel of Death had a mystery man in his corner, and the Angel of Death was going to be wrestling. But the mystery man appeared to be none other than a recruit brought in from the West Indies known as Tim Talltree. Okay?
That's right.
All right, a specialist in climbing things. I took a lot of notes on this guy, I'll tell you. He climbed 150-foot coconut trees. So the object of this match is to climb the pole and grab the item. So Angel of Death's like, dude, let me find Tim Talltree, the fucking the king of climbing shit. Get him over here. He'll fucking go up and get the trumpet, I think it was. That was his, or
yeah.
Okay, trumpet was his. Go grab the trumpet. Can't remember what happens later. That's just funny.
Yeah.
But so Tim Talltree comes down because Angel of Death is injured, can't work the match. Pretty fucking funny, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was a weird match. The whole premise for why it was happening or why it was allowed, it's like, okay, so I guess it's okay that they let him sub this guy, but it's like a weird grudge match thing with the trumpet for the Angel of Death. So it was really strange, to just throw in this weird, like, I don't think it was a racist gimmick, but it was pretty weird. And it was an odd one. I'll tell you that. The double pole aspect, I felt like the double pole thing would have been cooler as a tag team stipulation. Because then it could be kind of like a capture the flag kind of thing, where you have to get up despite the fact that like there's someone else like right by the pole. But
yeah, that was kind of I can see what you're saying there. And it was a pretty like tall, kind of like weird, like skinny pole even. That was like
I mean,
hard
it's like
to
the
climb,
contract pole thing, right? I mean, yeah, they definitely wanted to. I think that part of the big point of that pole was to make it at least seem like, this is kind of hard to do. You can't really work like climbing a pole like that. You have to be somewhat fit.
Yeah, and you're trying to obtain the object, which is an instrument in this case, not a title, not a contract, an instrument.
Right, but a weapon actually, and that was the most ridiculous part, right? It's just like, okay, so we're gonna have a match to decide who, or like that you win by getting a weapon that you will no doubt use to beat the shit out of the loser of the match.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. So Angel of Death not injured, it seems. Obviously, kind of walking around fine. Gets involved in the match. He hits Billy Joe Travis. Fringle on commentary is fucking awesome, man. He's saying some really funny shit. He's just the way he how flamboyant he is. Just the way, just everything about what he does.
His enunciation, just like his delivery of everything is awesome. And
it's really cool.
The other guy, don't remember his name.
Craig Johnson, I think.
Yeah, Craig Johnson. Yeah, I mean, he's ribbing him the whole time. He's really like trying to keep him going. He does a good job. So.
Yeah, that was good. So yeah, both men climbing up the poles kind of at the same time, trying to get the items. The Angel tries to pull Billy Joe Travis down. Travis got the guitar. He wins. Talltree drops the trumpet. And the Angel of Death in the ring attacks Travis post-match. Talltree hits the Angel with the trumpet by accident. And Billy Joe Travis hits the Angel of Death over the head with the guitar that he grabbed from the pole after he was the victor. So, interesting match to start the show.
It's like Angel of Death
match.
You're not going to have to wrestle in the match, but they're going to couple of both of those instruments at the end. So,
right.
Enjoy that. He got cut up a little bit, I think, by those guitar strings or some part of the guitar. He wasn't showing a lot of color, but you could see it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so next you get a Chris Adams promo. And then Jeff Jarrett and Akbar in a wheelchair, telling Jarrett he's typical American.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy, man.
Dude, throw a fireball in his face. It was a little sloppy, it takes a little while for them to do that setup for the effect. But holy hell.
Yeah, that really
That's
was.
not good. And then they carry him out, and he's yelling devastation as they carry him out. Devastation. That was awesome. I wanted him to say corporation after it.
Yeah, I know. That's right. Um, so yeah, then Jeff Jarrett actually had like a burn on his face. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was real or not, but probably not.
Yeah, I was assuming that it was fake because they gave him time to change and everything, and probably put on some makeup too.
Yeah, he was all dressed up and kind of had the burn on his face there. So next, you get superstar Bill Dundee and Stephen Dane, like you mentioned before, versus the RPMs of Kevin Dillinger and Mike Davis, um, who kind of look like, I don't know, I guess kind of like a couple hicks, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, I mean they just kind of got like a honky tonk rock and roll kind of vibe. Like, I think it's weird that everyone is blonde in the '90s, like everyone, uh, except for Bill Dundee. I swear. Yeah, it was kind of blowing my mind. I think both members of the RPMs are blonde as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Um, Pringle definitely acted flamboyant on commentary during this match. I can't really like say exactly what he was doing, but it's just kind of funny the way he was acting. So the match goes to the outside. At one point, all hell kind of breaks loose. All four men in the ring kind of using their legs and doing like the rowing the boat kind of deal, which was kind of goofy.
That was a weird
That
spot. I
was
ended up
weird.
watching it like 4 or 5 times because I would like step away and rewind too far. Or, yeah, totally strange. There's a bit on commentary where someone then mentions, "I wonder if they were in the rowing Olympics."
Yeah, there was something real
That
weird
was
about that.
so strange. I
Yeah,
wonder
I agree.
if Bill Dundee was on the Olympic team for rowing with that rowing skill. I'm
Yeah,
like,
because all
wow, dude, come
I
on.
know. That was a weird spot for sure. I don't even know for all the millions of listeners at home how they could even picture it, but like,
Basically, if you were gonna lay leg to leg against one person and stretch their legs out with your arms and legs, imagine if four people were doing that, alternating whose team they were on, and there you go.
yeah, that shit was real weird. So then a big dude named Bryce something, who I really didn't catch the last name, comes down and kind of interrupts the match there. Uh, Dundee and Dane end up winning by DQ.
Oh, Rod Price.
Rod Price, okay, not Bryce, something, okay. I knew
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, I had no idea who that was or whatever. So yeah, it was kind of crazy when he came in and just like ruined the match or ruined the finish. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was pretty weird.
You can never
So not
discount
much.
that in retro wrestling. Like if you don't have context, like a run-in could happen at any time.
Yeah, no, retro wrestling is fucking weird. You never know what you're gonna get. Um, so yeah, not much here from that match. Interruption there. DQ. Next match, mixed tag team cage match. So we kind of frequently get the mixed tag team matches going here
Yeah.
in gimmicks. So this match is Stunning Steve Austin, who nothing like what you'd think, as of like a Attitude Era Steve Austin. And the Genie, I don't know, maybe not the Genie, but and Genie, I guess, versus
Yeah.
Tony and Gentleman Chris Adams. So Percy Pringle supposed to be in the penalty box here, and no DQ, anything goes. Pringle saying there's no way they're putting him in the box. He's not going in. He's
Oh yeah.
crying.
He talked to his lawyers.
Oh yeah,
They use a chair to beat him into
they did.
submission
Yeah,
before they pull him into the penalty box. I mean, this is where Before this, everything's been, typical wrestling. This was like we are executing a plan against Percy Pringle. We're putting him in this thing. I mean, it was like it became very authoritarian towards the end. Even the finish, which we'll get to.
Yeah. So Pringle ends up in the penalty box, like you're saying here. Looks like Genie has a broken hand in this match. So
Right.
Chris Von Erich
Tony
has
Adams
the key.
broke it.
Okay, yeah. So that's why they got heat there. Chris Von Erich has the key to kind of control the Percy Pringle in the little penalty box there.
Exactly. He's like the crown prince. He's kind of overseeing this thing.
So exchanging blows back and forth, Adams and Austin. Austin tries to escape the cage, but no luck. And you get a big pile driver from Chris Adams. Come back from a commercial break, actually, to the women fighting. I must have missed the part where Chris Adams became handcuffed. Did you see how that happened?
No.
It must have been in the commercial.
I didn't.
Okay.
It's like I missed the beginning of the hand.
Well, I think it honestly, the commercial break was the reason we missed it. I don't think it was even on there.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, because it comes back from the commercial break with the women fighting, and then next thing you know, he's handcuffed kind of in the background, which we didn't see before the commercial. So
right. See, and I think I didn't even notice it until he got uncuffed.
Okay. Yeah. So I missed that part. Tony rolls up Genie and they win. Tony and Chris Adams win the matchup, and Austin holds Tony, and Genie attacks. Chris Von Erich slams the cage in Austin's head, releases Chris Adams with the key for the handcuffs there. So Austin and Adams fight again. They handcuff Genie to the ropes now, yanking hair out of Genie's head, just ripping it right out of her head at this point.
Getting violent.
Real violent. Percy Pringle is helpless in the penalty box at this point. And then Chris Von Erich goes to let Pringle out of the box, but then they start hitting him, throwing him into the cage, start beating him down, which is real, not funny, but I mean, I guess kind of funny, the way he's selling it, Percy Pringle.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's selling it hard, man. He hams it up as that character, even as the victim, it's like that's the great thing about him. It's like I feel like you can almost tell that he's having fun, even like as his character is suffering. It's really weird, but I think that's the comedy of him.
Yeah, definitely. So they start beating Pringle down, and Austin to the top of the cage, and a huge press from the top. And that's pretty much it there with that show. That show ends. So then next week, that's for Retro Wrestling for this week. For next week, I chose usually with Julio, if he was here, we kind of alternate, but he's not here lately. So we just kind of switch weeks, me and you. Makes it easier. You pick two, I pick two. So the next week, I chose something else kind of a little bit later than this, kind of in the era that I was really into wrestling. I know you weren't into it at this point, I don't think yet. So it's kind of cool to get you kind of caught up. But WWF Raw replays, Raw number 200, March 10th, 1997. So you kind of get right there in the Attitude Era. So you get some good shit, man, in that episode. I haven't watched that one yet, obviously, but I'll be watching it.
Should be coming off like a Royal Rumble or King of the Ring or something.
It's coming off something like that, I want to say. I mean, I should have done a little bit of research.
It's all good, whatever.
Kind of just wing it,
I don't always do that.
Yeah, it's Raw number 200, so 97. So that'll be interesting. That's for the Retro Wrestling portion of the show. That wraps that up. And every week we do the Chikara Pro Wrestling segment. So this week was Chikara Anniversario Epsilon from Season 5 to wrap up the other show we watched a few weeks back. So this show is pretty interesting. 2006. Larry Sweeney and Ultraman is Black and commentary to start the show, which I can listen to all day long, you know.
That was such a great pair, man.
Yeah.
I was digging it so hard. Yes. Dude, I couldn't stop laughing sometimes, man.
No, I know. And it seems like a lot of inside jokes. And like we were saying before, like, I think Chikara seems a little more lax, you know, back then.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe with the family-friendly aspect. Maybe because they weren't as known, you know what I mean, as they are now. And the internet kind of fucking kills everything now. But, all right. So the first match, North Star Express, Ryan Cruz and Darren Corbin, not Baron, like I usually call him, versus Eddie Kingston. And I think Eddie Kingston –
Shinsuke Yamagasa.
Okay, was he supposed to have another partner, or that was his partner that they chose?
They said, oh man, I feel like it's like a playing card name or something. Yeah, he was supposed to have one of his other tag team partners.
Oh, Blackjack Marciano, maybe?
No, that's the one that Sweeney brings up during his promo. This is another one, but I swear it's like it's like a playing card or something. I can't remember. Okay. Ace or something.
Interesting. So, yeah, Shinsuke Yamagasa is his partner. A lot of submissions out of Yamagasa. They said that Yamagasa debuted in a tag team with C.W. Anderson, which is kind of interesting tag team.
Yeah.
Lots of slaps. Kingston, you know, real powerful. Like usual.
Yeah, man. Dude, so around the 13-minute mark of this video in this match, Eddie hits a back fist on Ryan Cruz.
Yeah.
And dude, he doesn't even bump. It blew my mind to see that, knowing now that that's the back fist of the future. Like, he hit him with a back fist of the future, basically. They were seeing, because he wasn't even like stunned, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's crazy. So then, yeah, we get the Royal Flush swinging DDT from Kingston to Cruz. And Kingston and Yamagasa win the opener. So a pretty good match to open the show. And then you kind of get the winner's circle with Larry Sweeney. And him and Kingston start yelling at each other. And then Kingston kind of tells him, you know, why you got to keep doing this out here? Just we'll talk in the back. And Sweeney basically asked him why he couldn't hold on to a tag team partner. And they kind of end that segment to Daisy Hayes with a promo in a field. Kind of sitting in the grass there.
Typical guy in a motorcycle driving by in the back.
Yeah. Pretty goofy promo from her versus the debuting Sarah Del Rey, which is interesting, right?
Yeah, that's the American Angel.
American Angel, trained by the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting gimmick. I hadn't seen that before.
Debuting in Chikara, knowing all she did for Chikara, you know, which is kind of crazy. Right. This is her first match. 'Cause I'd never seen the show until the other day.
Right, and yeah, I thought it was interesting. I didn't realize, I guess, that she like debuted as a Technico. I thought she might have come in like under the BDK.
Okay.
I didn't really know her backstory, so yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, kind of a slow build in this match. Big size difference between the two.
Oh yeah, but it was uncomfortable to watch a lot of times.
A little bit. I mean, Hayes doesn't, which is kind of crazy though, because Hayes and her end up being a part of BDK together, you know, down the line.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, true.
But the size advantage doesn't really stop Daisy Hayes. Exchange chops back and forth. Big kicks from Sarah Del Rey. Daisy Hayes hits a rope-assisted kind of stunner type of thing. Big side slam from Del Rey. And Del Rey stretching her out. But Hayes counters. Hayes rolls her up kind of sloppily, but grabs the victory there. So
yeah,
Hayes sneaks a victory. Kind of expected there in Del Rey's debut that she would lose. But, I mean, a good showing. And like we said, we know what she did for Chikara. So she ended up working out real good.
Yeah.
So next, we got a team that I really know nothing about whatsoever. Shane Valentine, Rorschach, which we've mentioned around a previous show, I think. You wanted
Yeah,
to know
I
pretty
think
much
it was
something
the same
about him or
trio
something.
actually in the
Okay.
previous event,
Yeah, and
or maybe not.
Casanova.
But yeah,
I know it was Valentine and Casanova were a tag team in the last event. Um, I don't know that I've seen Rorschach in the last one, but versus the Colony. So, but it wasn't the three-man Colony. It was just was it
Fire and Soldier,
Fire and Soldier carrying out Lance Steele.
who
So
was a little different this time.
yeah, that's true.
Apparently a woman. I couldn't tell. I'm not familiar enough with Allison Danger to know if that was her, or who the
Oh,
hell
was it
that
really?
was.
Okay.
I don't know. It was definitely a woman, and I couldn't tell what the
Oh,
deal was. What woman it was. It wasn't Sarah Del Rey.
wow. I guess I wasn't really paying attention that well to know
Holy
that it was
hell,
a woman.
man! Yeah, you didn't.
Shit.
That's hilarious, man. Yeah, it's like someone whoever's on commentary at the time like calls it out pretty hardcore. Like, what the hell is going on?
Wow, I guess I could say I don't really realize that was a woman. Wow. Okay. Anyway, shit. So, Rorschach is an interesting character for sure.
Yeah,
I don't really know much about him at all. So, Casanova can't do the kip up, which is pretty funny.
that's a great like
That was great.
detail to a wrestler character, you know.
Definitely.
Uh, that guy had yeah, people hate Casanova.
Sure.
I want to know if Casanova is a okay gimmick, is a kosher gimmick in Chikara now, because I think if you go against this other stuff, I think that Casanova has to go too, and I think that's a whole other styles is going to keep coming back for a long time for me, man. I think about it every time I watch the show now, especially you know if it's from way back because it's off Jakartopia or something like that, you know. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I don't understand what the difference is anymore.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Um, so Soldier Ant Young in this match, still impressive though. Same with Fire
Yeah,
Ant.
yeah.
This is Shane
No,
Valentine's
definitely.
second match in Chikara.
I think the colony team is all real green, and you can tell that. The Casanova guy I think steals the show because he's got to be the guy that's been wrestling the longest. Like you said, they said that Shane Valentine was pretty new to Chikara. I imagine he's pretty new in general.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that, but
Yeah, that was the
you
second
could tell that
Chikara
the
match.
colony was really young, and
Oh yeah.
Lance Steele was you know, she was playing around a lot, and I think it was you could kind of see him developing
Sure.
as the match progressed.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, then you get all six men in the ring. Or, well, all five men and one woman in the ring at one point. Colony with the triple joust. Then everyone involved in the submission in the ring, which was kind of cool. You know, everyone was kind
Yeah,
of switching spots and alternating, going outside, taking the
yeah,
submission.
yeah. It was
Um,
crazy.
Fire Ant does a high spot, but he kind of catches the ring, it looks like, with his face maybe or his
Yeah,
upper body, you know.
yeah,
And you get a nice double team move by the Colony off the top. Colony and Lance Steele win. So that was a pretty decent trios match.
yeah. You know, man, this ring setup, I don't think we really talked about it last time, but it is so strange with that ring so
How
close
low
to the
it is?
floor.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
really
you know,
low
and so
ring.
it's like
It
when they
is.
go for high spots, it's like you think, well, they're not as high up, so they're not falling from as far, and so probably less of an impact. But at the same time, it's got to change. Like, yeah, you see a couple of times when they go for like what would normally be these high spots, and then they take these weird landings. It's weird. Yeah, it's trippy to see.
Yeah, I wonder if it's almost because the venue's
Don't have high
capacity
ceilings.
is not
Yeah,
real high. So they're like, shit, we'll scale down a foot or
yeah,
fucking maybe 2 feet. I don't know how
yeah.
big.
I bet it's 2 or 3 feet for
It's
sure.
pretty fucking big difference, man. Because
Yeah,
yeah, when you go to the actual shows now, like that shit's waist high at least the apron.
yeah,
And that fucking thing looked like it was like maybe a foot off the ground. So
yeah,
next
definitely.
match, you get John Moxley, who pretty interesting to see. Versus Eric Cannon, who looks a shitload different, than he does now.
Oh yeah, man, he's in a lot better shape, right?
Yeah.
It's like I'm glad, dude, because yeah, in this match, man, he's got a fucking Kool-Aid Man gimmick going on. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
people have
Gimmick.
transformed you into saying that like you look like a pitcher of Kool-Aid, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's not. I don't think that's a great like gimmick to be taking on. And I'm like, I understand that it was selling the T-shirts and shit, so you got to do it. But yeah,
Yeah.
glad he's not Kool-Aid Man anymore.
That was his gimmick for a while, the oh yeah. And so yeah, so kind of a promo first with Moxley about his plans to beat Cannon and come back the next month for the Young Lions Cup. Cannon runs through the paper bricks that were kind of set up, which was pretty goofy.
Yeah.
Which is really fucking just taking it back to the whole Kool-Aid thing. Moxley, real cocky and arrogant. I think we talked about a couple times ago. He looks better then than he does now, I think,
Yeah.
Body-wise, even the hair. I kind of like the look a little bit better.
I like the look a lot better, dude. I got it. Yeah.
In the trunks even, whatever, compared to like the fucking jeans and the beater, which is whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But, I mean, he looks pretty cool, I think, back in Chikara, back in the day. He's a lot younger, obviously. But
I think it goes to saying, like you can make the wrestler work. You can make looking like a wrestler work,
Yeah.
Not everyone in WWE needs to be fucking running around in jeans and shit. Those
No.
guys are crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are doing that now. I mean, so you got the anti-Chikara John Moxley, and you get the fight that goes to the outside of the ring. Big lariat from Moxley. You get the big neck breaker from Cannon. This is a pretty good match, hard-hitting. Both guys pretty big. Ambrose. Well, I guess it is Dean Ambrose now. But John Moxley's got the height advantage in this match. So the Oklahoma roll, and Moxley steals the victory, defeats Eric Cannon. The System of a Down team gets a bonus points we talked about, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
And then Moxley goes to the commentation station, cuts a promo about the victory, talks about Young Lions Cup next month. So on to the next match. We get a promo actually first from Delirious and Hollow Wicked. And what they say, I have no fucking clue.
I love it because it's like they're not called Incoherence at this time, but it like they later become that.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this promo pretty much embodies that. Two guys just talking gibberish inside of a soda cooler.
Yeah.
Or a mini fridge or something, yeah.
Yeah, so we got no clue what they say there. So Delirious and Hollow Wicked versus 2.0 and Max Boyer. Matthews is hurt. You notice they keep announcing Max Boyer as the Canadian crippler, Chris Benoit.
Yeah, dude, really weird now.
I don't know if that was his whole shtick like the whole time, but now it's fucking kind of weird looking back and watching that, knowing everything that happened.
Well, basically, so what I read, and I didn't see this promo, so I don't know if I just missed it or what, but like said that Jagged and Matthews like went looking, they thought he was Benoit when they brought him.
Okay,
so I think like that's why they had him like announced. Yeah, like they went. Yeah, they're Canadian too, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, just weird. It's like they have him introduced as Benoit after they say his real name. It was odd in retrospect in some weird ways. Like,
yeah, it really was. I mean, now looking back, but similar bodies, I guess, at least smaller. You know what I mean? But similar frames, I guess you can think. Maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Canadian gimmick, whatever. So yeah, 2.0 kind of making a circus out there like they usually do, clowning around and everything.
Totally.
Boyer, the more serious one of the team. Then you get the typical panic attack move from Delirious in the corner, which I don't want to take. It looks like that shit kind of sucks.
Oh yeah.
Then you get the big leg drop from the top, double team move. Boyer breaks it up. dual submissions from Delirious and Wicked, and they win. So that's a pretty big win for those guys. Post-match 2.0 kind of says that Max Boyer was the weak link of that match, and I don't know if shit ended up working out from them afterwards, but
Right. Well, it's
like
interesting because that matchup never happened again. Apparently, I was kind of trying to see if there was a 2.0 versus Incoherence match, and it's not there. There's some like Wicked and Frightmare versus 2.0. So yeah, 2.0 versus Incoherence straight up.
Interesting. Next is something that's kind of weird. Like, I guess I kind of want to delve into the character of Dr. Chung, because I don't understand the whole John Cena gimmick thing. You know what I mean? Like, what?
Okay, so the
know?
way that the John Cena thing is tied in just seems to be the thug element of what they're talking about. Like,
Okay.
he's part of that tag team, the prescription. The doctor of thugonomics.
Okay,
I
possibly.
can only just tie things together thematically like that. I had no idea what was going on there.
Right.
Wasn't really digging it, but
yeah. I mean, Chung comes out to John Cena's theme, like we mentioned there, and then you get him versus the Equinox, who's the Young Lions Cup champion. Or no, I'm sorry, he's not the Young Lions Cup champion, but it's a Young Lions Cup qualifying match. So.
Right, and he had previously been in the tournament the previous year, so this is his second come in for the tournament.
Yeah.
Equinox won, by the way.
Yes.
For those keeping track.
It's true. So, like we said, Chung's kind of like a John Cena ripoff. Did some similar moves to him, same theme. One real quick thing on commentary, man, says, is that a chubby Arn Anderson I see in the first row? To, I think, Bryce possibly or whatever, which fucking made me laugh. Not really long match here. Shooting star press from Equinox. Steals a victory from Chung. Pretty quick match. Chung owned most of the match. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, yeah, he was beating Equinox's ass hard the whole time. And then he goes up for his top rope move, and Equinox just dodges it, hits him with the shooting star, and it's like, okay.
Yep.
You do not want to fuck with Equinox, because apparently all 120 pounds of him is gonna rock your world.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the next match I got a lot of stuff for. Team Fist versus Shane Storm and Mike Quackenbush. Now, Fist was supposed to face Team Kaientai, but
outcomes.
No?
No. They were supposed to challenge for the Campeones de Parejas, and had lost their
I
points,
thought
right?
Lance Lout was the one that were the ones that did that, possibly. Okay. Well, I thought
they had been scheduled to do it, and now I believe that they were scheduled, and Kings of Wrestling took their place. It was supposed to be Kings of Wrestling versus Fist, and then Miyawaki took their place.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. My notes, I got Fist was supposed to face Team Kaientai, and out comes Chikara, the commissioner Chikara, and says he has opponents for Team Fist. Out comes Quack and Storm, Shane Storm. Yeah, so I guess we'll have to look into that. But
looking it up.
Interesting. So yeah, pretty interesting match here. Shane Storm, pretty agile for a bigger guy.
Sorry.
No, yeah,
I don't know how I'd screw that up.
Interesting. No, that's fine. So then you get this match because Team Kaientai gained their 3 points the night before to cash in for the titles. So anything Quackenbush is pretty awesome to see. I actually miss seeing Akuma in the Chikara ring too. He's cool.
No doubt.
Definitely like seeing Akuma. Good double team moves from Quack and Shane Storm. Big chops from Quack to Akuma in the corner. I noticed those look like they hurt pretty bad. Quack and Akuma have a good thing going in the ring. Big tope from Quack through the ropes to Akuma. What do you think of this match up to this point? A lot of stuff happening, right?
Yeah, man, there's a lot going on. You know, Quack's doing his thing. I was enjoying this Icarus. You know, I thought it was good.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting to see the side of him, especially with his hair fucking all like poofy and curly and shit, So
Yeah, totally.
Icarus dropped Shane Storm with an inverted DDT. Shane Storm, actually the current Young Lions Cup champion at this point. Just a quick note. So slingshot spear from Fist. Quack does some kind of like. Did you see the move where he did like he kind of used his foot to bounce like to move like kind of like an inverted Michinoku driver type of maneuver? Man, I wish I fucking remembered what point of the match it was, but it was sweet. So that Japanese move blocked by Icarus, big German suplex from Storm to Icarus. I can sit here all day and talk about everything that happened, but
yeah.
Icarus followed a big back senton from Icarus, followed by a 450 from Akuma. Quack breaks the pin up. Icarus goes for the pedigree. Quack kicks him, and Storm hits that Japanese move for only 2. And so let's see here. Double team move from Fist to Quack. Icarus has Quack in like a Boston Crab, I think it was, or Walls of Jericho, something like that. And Quack does not respond. Ref raises his arm for 3 different attempts. Quack does not respond, like I said there, but he didn't tap, so Fist wins. Quack never gave up, but Fist gets the victory there.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically TKO.
Yeah, pretty much. So then it was a good match, definitely. Kind of a long match.
Yeah, I think it made a statement,
Sure.
Tapping out Quack like that or not tapping him, but like that was a pretty big deal.
Yeah. So you got Quack kind of teasing the injury post-match. So next we get Larry Sweeney versus Milano Collection AT. First you get the promo from Larry Sweeney talking about how he beat Mata the night before, how he's going to do the same tonight. Very Ric Flair-ish promo here. Totally. Which is typical Larry Sweeney. Very awesome. The nope, not IW, sorry. This is a little long. The ICWA Texarkana Television Championship.
That's right.
Was stolen from Milano Collection AT. Larry Sweeney, the Golden Palomino, as they call him here. So Milano Collection AT comes out with a pet dog, which is pretty funny, on a leash there, named Mikkel. So,
and it just happens to be
it is invisible. Yeah. Big fan favorite in this match. Man-of-Sun commentary in this match is hilarious, like always. A lot of back and forth. A lot of submissions. Big high cross body from Collection AT. Calls for the AT lock, but Larry Sweeney rolls him up into a small package. Sweeney pulls a chain out of his boot, but a big super kick to the face of Sweeney, and Ravensburg finds the chain near Milano, thinks it was his. So,
and just immediately assumes that he used it.
Yeah, he did.
It's not really appropriate, Bryce, if you're watching. Kind of not happy with you about that.
I don't think he was a senior official at this point, so he kind of might have been a little bit early on. So
yeah,
maybe Bryson now would have fucking maybe not accused him of it, but so we kind of accused him of using the chain right there, and big right hand from Sweeney to Collection AT. Sweeney goes to the top for the big elbow drop and pins him for 3. Winner and new ICWA Texarkana Television Champion. So then you get the post-match winner's circle with himself, basically, and then he calls out Eddie Kingston. Out comes Eddie. They kind of talk back and forth. They end up hugging, but then Sweeney ends up hitting him and then turning on him. which
Yeah,
is
I mean,
pretty
they just drew
interesting.
him out again. He's like, hey,
Yeah.
remember how I made you really mad earlier? Well, I'm sorry. We can be friends. Just kidding. I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yes, just unleashes, another vicious promo on Eddie right there. Don't you know who I am?
Yeah. Really good promo, man. Really good
Awesome.
promo. Funny thing, he asked Manus for his car keys. Manus gave Sweeney the car keys. Sweeney takes off with the
Yeah.
appears to be Manus's car. So
I love that. Eric Cannon, he's like, why does he need your car
yeah,
keys?
I noticed that. That was funny.
What
I like
Larry
that.
Sweeney wants, Larry Sweeney gets.
That's true. So next, the main event. This is pretty much the reason I wanted to watch this show.
Oh, and
Um,
it ended up being so worth it.
definitely. So let's see here. We get a promo from the Kings of Wrestling with the titles playing cards. Kind of backstage on wherever they were there.
It's a funny promo. They must have recorded it ahead of time a little bit. They had it worked out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Um, so yeah, it looks like the newly crowned champions, Kings of Wrestling. They won the titles at the Tag World Grand Prix. They're being defended for the first time. So actually, kind of interesting point here. LFC joins Manus on commentary during this match. And
Right,
I'm wondering, like, I'm
right,
trying to wonder when he started with the commentary. You know what I mean? Like, when his first
right.
actual, or was this possibly, you know what I mean? One of the first.
The first times he did the
Well,
commentary.
yeah, was it possibly? I might have to ask him about that. But
Yeah,
so you get the test of strength early from Miyawaki and Hero. Um, bigger guys in this match. You know, Kings of Wrestling are real big, and then Yago and Miyawaki are definitely pretty big guys too for
oh yeah.
compared to Chikara standards, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
So a lot of hard hitting, in this
Hard
match.
hitting. I mean, this is a
Oh
strong
yeah,
style match in Chikara. I mean, there's no
absolutely.
two ways about it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, these are four tough ass dudes in this match. Um, so the first fall, tap out goes to Yago and Miyawaki. So that's kind of surprising. So people are thinking Kings of Wrestling could be going down, early on.
Right,
Uh,
absolutely.
Yago's a beast. I definitely pointed that out for sure.
Oh yeah.
Both of them are. But
Dude, yeah, Miyawaki had some sick moves, dude. I mean, he
oh
spent a
yeah,
lot of time in the ring. I think he probably had more time in the ring than Yaga did.
yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, they both brought different styles, which is cool.
Very much, yeah.
And you said they were
Just
like,
like we said last time, they're from different factions,
yeah,
yeah.
that was just interesting, and they you can kind of tell too. I
Yeah,
wonder what those dudes are up to today. I might have to look them up and see if they're still going,
yeah.
because they're pretty cool. I'd actually be kind of cool to see him come back to Chikara again. At this point,
Right.
I'll see
Oh
if they
yeah,
can
no
still
doubt. That
go.
would be awesome.
Fuck. Um, so then, like for the second fall, it seems like the Kings of Wrestling kind of cheat there, right? What do you want to talk about that there? Or?
Oh yeah, I mean it's sickening the fact that Kings of Wrestling are going to do this to defend their. It's just like okay, this is the first time these belts are defended, and they totally taint the match.
Sure.
Yeah, it's Cesaro. Just feigns a low blow. Um, and once again, Bryce he's like, oh, you did it. Like what happened to it's what you see in the ring. It's one of those weird things. This happens at Chikara events sometimes. Like a few episodes back, we watched one of the shows from like 2012 or so, where like two or three matches in a row all end by disqualification from using like a foreign object. And this is like another one of those weird ones where you get a couple of things in a row where foul on things that they don't see. Um, so yeah, man, it's worrying, if the titles can be won like that, because it's part of the stipulations, that is kind of being used against them. You would think it's to the champion's disadvantage that the titles can change hands on disqualifications. Um, but they decide to press that rule, and so Cesaro, yeah, he calls for the low blow and gets that point awarded, automatically tying things up, taking the advantage away from Yago Miyawaki and setting themselves up for a cheap defense.
Oh, sure. I mean, they took all the momentum right away from Yago Miyawaki with that cheap pinfall there. So, yeah, they get the second fall. A lot more hard-hitting action. At this point, it's anyone's match,
Right. They do try. I mean, Kings of Wrestling do try to go for the low blow feign one more time. Actually, they try. That's the even more disgusting part. It really just establishes them as like, you just fucking hate them as heels. I mean, just how dare you try to win this match and defend this match by saying 2 times that someone committed a foul against you, and they did not. Chikara makes a big deal about that on commentary, as he's the president at the time. So it's totally a bizarre moment, I think, where none of the powers that be in Chikara really have any influence, and you don't have Bryce there to do anything. So it's just like Kings of Wrestling are just
sure
getting a hell of a lot of heat.
Yeah, no, I know they do, and like at this point, if the crowd really wants, Yago Miyawaki to actually win the titles, and take them off the Kings of Wrestling, but unfortunately, it's not the case.
It's not.
So you don't expect them to lose the first defense, normally.
No, totally.
But good match, The for the final fall is a double pyramid driver from Hero and Claudio, and they win and regain their titles in a good hard-hitting main event.
Yeah, man, that double pyramid driver is a hell of a maneuver. I would not want to take it. Yeah, that's for damn sure.
No, I agree.
Like you pull your shoulder out of your socket or some shit.
Yeah, sure. So real hard-hitting main event. Great challenge from Yago Miyawaki, but Kings of Wrestling prevail and win, closing out the Anniversario weekend for Season 5. Big standing ovation for Team Kantai Dojo. Great performance by them over the weekend. And I'm actually going to have to look back and see if they got booked, afterwards at this point,
If they ever came
for
back.
Chikara. I'm sure they might have, for trios or something. I'm going to have to go look and see.
You never know.
I'll be interested to look that up for future. So all in all, good show. Actually, good Anniversario weekend. I'd definitely recommend checking the shows out. Kind of get a little bit of everything. Get Quackenbush, get Larry Sweeney, Man this Night commentary. You get John Moxley. You get all sorts of shit.
Yeah. Debut of Sarah Del Rey. Yeah. No, it's 2 really good episodes.
I agree. I would definitely recommend it because sometimes, like with Chikara, I'm not gonna lie, like. I like to watch a lot of the newer stuff because the production, and the quality and everything is up a lot more. Not just because of the wrestlers, but just because the quality and the production of the shows. So a lot of times when we go back and watch these shows, I'm a little bit weary, like, oh, fuck, the venue, is it going to be real shitty? Is it going to, like,
volume levels and stuff?
The sound, the audio, the video going to be rough. I don't know about you, but mine a couple times in this show, like, froze. And I don't know if it was my computer or what, but couple moments.
I don't think I ran into any problems, but maybe.
Okay. Interesting. Maybe it was might have been Retro Wrestling then. I don't know, one of the two. But definitely recommend this show. If you got a few hours, if you got Chikartopia, check that shit out. And so next week we're flying through this episode, man. But hey, we got bills to pay. Not really.
That's right.
All the big heavy sponsors, you know what I mean, that we don't have. So next week I chose something interesting. I don't even know if I told you what it is yet. I don't think I did.
I don't think so. You may have texted it, but
and I don't know that we watched this. I don't think we did. At least not in the new reincarnation we didn't, since you've been a member. But season 10. So you got April 17th, 2011, okay? I was at the show. King of Trios, Night 3. So if you know anything about that show,
Or what's going on during this season? Like who's the big bad? I don't think I've seen it, but it may be the first year I started watching.
In 2011?
Yeah.
This is the El Generico and
3.0 Live.
1, 2, 3 Kid main event.
Ah, okay.
For the Raid of Valladores.
Cool.
Yep. I mean, that was my first King of Trios, actually, and that shit was crazy. So yeah.
Cool.
And that features some Dragon Gate guys and shit like that. So that's a pretty cool show. So yeah, that'll be for next week, and hopefully Julio can join us. We're gonna send him over those the episodes. Maybe he can watch them. He's got a lot of homework to do. He's got probably 3 episodes of each one to watch. 4 now. 3 backlogs, 4 for the one for the future. And he's got to
record his companion podcast.
Yeah, he better. And he's going to report all this on us. And we're going to find out. Also, we had another fan question. This is a hard-hitting one. This ain't like last week's lame one from that follower. Fan question. All right, if you can go back in time or the future, say there's a show coming up in the future that you know what I mean, that you might want to attend. I don't know.
It'd have to be announced already, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably not. So say in the past.
Oh, I mean, there's totally things announced.
There's things announced. If you can go back and attend any wrestling event in the past or future that has ever happened or has not happened yet, which one would it be and why? We will start with you, Ryan.
No, you go first.
You want me to go first?
Choose. Yeah. Yeah, you knew what this question was, man. I got to figure this out.
Oh, man. If I could be at any wrestling event.
I got mine. All
right, you go first.
And I don't know what like when this happened. This is going to sound really fucked up. But
sure,
this is one of my guilty pleasures of wrestling is wherever they had the Brock Lesnar match versus the one-legged kid, Zach Gowen or whatever.
Zach Gowen.
Yeah. I want like front row tickets to see that match where he gets thrown into the ring post. I want to see that match live in person.
Okay. So what's the reasoning? Like
like sometimes I watch that video of him getting thrown into it and it makes me laugh, dude. Dude, it's so terrible. An A3 sponsorship with this fan question, dude.
You sound cool as fuck right now, to be honest. But
it has nothing to do with the fact that he has missing one leg, and has everything to do with the fact that he is thrown into the ring post, his midsection. It's one of the most violent. It's like, yeah, one of the most hardcore matches I've ever seen.
I guess I didn't expect that as an answer. So, wow, that's really out of left field. I would have to say if I can go back in time and go to any wrestling show and be there in the first row or whatever, it would probably be for WrestleMania 3. Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant.
Andre.
Just to be there for that moment, just to fucking feel the impact, like of that slam and just to be there like for that. And like, and it was like the record attendance, 93,000 at that point, I think it was.
Right.
So that would be fucking surreal. I've never been to anything like that. Never been to Mania. Never been to shit. Never even been to a WWE pay-per-view before because they don't come around here. So that would definitely be something I would be interested in going back and seeing,
Sure, man.
the characters and just just for that slam heard around world, to be their first row. Do you think those people, like when they bought the tickets, had any idea? Like, I mean, they had to have a slight chance that maybe it could happen, right?
I think
Possibly.
yeah. Oh, totally. Like ticket sales and stuff. They weren't like they are today. Oh, they're going on sale at Ticketmaster. They're going to sell out in 5 seconds. Like you had to sell people to come in the door.
Sure. Yep. And you're lining up at the door, purchasing them, in person.
Oh yeah, no one. Yeah, like I'm getting this ticket to go see Hulk versus Andre for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So that was a good question. Keep those fan questions coming in.
Yeah,
We'll
sorry if
keep hammering
I
those out.
just revealed the dark side of myself to
Yeah.
maybe I lost a fan this day.
Yeah, we'll have to find out from Julio. Maybe he could tweet out his response and get involved with the Talkin Gimmicks community. So that seems to wrap up the show part of the show. Now we're going to get into the plug part of the show. Talkin Gimmicks on Twitter, at Talkin Gimmicks. We are a part of a network, soon to be named network, at STBN Network. You can find them there at www.soontobenamednetwork.com or soontobenamednetwork.tumblr.com. And anytime a new show is up, that'll go automatically there. I'm on Twitter as Joey Shoots. You're on Twitter as WordView. Julio_DA, even though I'm not sure he's even active anymore. Check out Longbox Heroes comic book podcast every Wednesday, after dark every Friday, bonus content. Other than that, I got to attend my niece's Christmas concert over at the local school tonight, so that'll be something. Get in the holiday spirit. That ought to last a half hour or so, but hey, that's fun.
Yeah.
I'll come back and catch whatever I could for Raw. And then hopefully next week, Julio might be back with us, like we said, and we can get together, discuss Raw, discuss some other things in the world of pro wrestling. Roadblock, the pay-per-views coming up, like you mentioned before. So is that it, man?
Think so.
Should be it on my end, man. Good talking to you.
All right.
See you guys next time.
Man.
All right.